Today in Mythbusting, the tongue map you learned about in school is all wrong. You know, the one that said different parts of your tongue taste specific flavors, like the tip of your tongue tastes sweetness and the back edges by the molars taste sourness. Updated research has confirmed this information is totally untrue, despite the fact that it's still getting published in science textbooks. So how did this even happen? Well, the tongue map has its roots in a German experiment from more than 100 years ago. Scientist David Hennig drizzled sweet, sour, bitter, and salty flavors along the edges of volunteers' tongues, then reported that he'd discovered a pattern of zones which were more sensitive to certain flavors. He even graphed his findings, though it was in a pretty convoluted and confusing way. In the 1940s, a Harvard scientist amplified this distortion even further, translating those graphed findings into the tongue map that became hugely popular. Stemware company Riedel even designed wine glasses with the tongue map in mind. But new findings tell a different story. Some animals do have tongues with a patchwork quality, like fruit flies. They taste with 32 hairs, and each hair senses a different flavor. But human tongues don't seem to have a similar setup. Instead, we have receptors for all the flavors distributed across the tongue and beyond. Different receptors in our taste buds seem to taste different flavors on a microbiological level, but each of our taste buds contain 50 to 150 receptors for each flavor. So you can taste basically all flavors anywhere on your tongue. There's actually not a substantial amount of research on taste, so there's still some controversy around how taste even works and how many tastes there are. But hopefully, this tongue map myth busting is exciting news for foodies, because now you can explore your tastes without feeling unnecessarily limited.